number 2. Wow. In this video I want to talk about my cross-stitch whips that are from America or American related, or from American designers or companies, everything about America. I think I have one Canadian related whip. But before we jump in, let me talk a little bit about my first Flosstube. I've heard from other Flosstubers that cross-stitch community is very welcoming, but only when I was reading through your comments, I really appreciated and realized how welcoming are you guys. Thank you so much. Your comments, they made me laugh, they made me cry a little bit, but in a positive way. Like the way you support Ukraine, the way you loved what Ukrainian cross-stitching and whips that I showed, and Ukrainian clothes, embroidered clothes. Wow, thank you for that support, and I was surprised of amount of interest to Ukrainian related stitching. Thank you. And thank you very much for your comments about my grandmother piece. It also was, oh my god, it was so fantastic to read through all your ideas about how and if I should finish this piece that we cross-stitch with my grandmother together. And so when I was starting reading through your comments, they were about 50-50 that I should finish and I should preserve it. And I was like, okay, this doesn't really help, because that was me in between those two options. But then the more I read different options, the more I realized what I really want from this piece. So thank you so much. It was very helpful. All your comments, all your ideas. There were really some fantastic ideas of which I would never ever think. For example, somebody proposed to make it as a shawl, and I'm like, wow, yeah, that could be a really beautiful shawl. Many options were for pillowcases, for matching pillowcases. One is as my grandmother part, another one my part. But probably I not really decided, but I'm thinking to finish my part, but preserve my old chicken-like stitching as it is. No frogging, no remaking what I made 25 years ago. I will just finish that part that is not cross-stitched yet, and I think I'm gonna display it in this way. And I also thought that some of stitches my grandmother also didn't finish, so I won't be finishing her part. The only thing I want to do, and thank you for this idea, because I didn't thought about that, to add her initials and my initials, like to her part her initials, and to my part my initials. Yeah, that will be great. That will be great. Thank you. Now I have a feeling that second Flosstube gonna be even more difficult than first one, because now I think people have expectation which I will try to meet. I will try to meet them. I am a little bit better prepared this time, but still not too much. Okay, let's jump in. No, here's a story. Okay, here's a story. So when I was planning to go to America, I was convinced, and it's a common misconception in Ukraine, and especially 7 years ago it was quite widespread, that outside Ukraine nobody cross-stitches. Like, okay, I'm going to America, to a cross-stitch desert, nobody cross-stitches them, and yeah, what should I do? I should get prepared. So I went in Ukraine before leaving. I went to cross-stitch shops, and I bought that vyshivanka embroidered shirt that I bought material for it, the one I showed you last time, And bless you. That's my cat. I maybe show my cat at the end. Yeah. Of course, talking about my cats and not showing them. Where? So, and I took all materials for another cat. I'm showing you the picture because I do not have it with me. I don't remember where it is. It's a needle, it's a beaded stitch, completely beaded cat, a very cute one. It's a quite heavy one. Oh. He's my baby. He's my baby girl. Show your beautiful picture. Okay. She's a big girl. Okay, the other cat, I don't know where she is. Yeah, so I took those two projects with me, and I lived in New York for 3 years. I was studying there, and now I have here everywhere. I studied there, I volunteered, I worked also part-time, so it was a lot to do, quite busy time in New York. And living in New York is quite busy on its own. I didn't stitch much. I finished those two projects, and that's about it in 3 years. And I was trying to find cross-stitch shops in New York, and I didn't. I found one needle workshop, and they had few like small kits for kids to cross stitch, but that's about it. So I was convinced that they don't cross stitch here. Okay. Then I moved to Philadelphia. I got a job, beautiful job. I enjoyed it very much in a research laboratory, and I got a little bit more free time. So like, okay, if they don't cross stitch here, I'm gonna crochet because I've seen yarn for sale. So yeah. I've got myself a little bit of yarn, and I didn't crochet for a while, so I went on YouTube to look for some tutorial to remind me how to crochet. And I was sitting there peacefully crocheting, and then YouTube decided that I wanted a video named Flosstube. I remember first Flosstube that came up in that YouTube suggestion was Shiloh Stitch MD, and I see this video saying Flosstube, and I think she was showing some of her knitting, so I didn't recognize that it was about cross stitch. And like, okay, Flosstube sounds like stitching related. Let me check it out. I opened her video, the very first Flosstube I opened in my life. And I was watching it with my bottom jar on the table. And I like, so you are saying me that all this time I was living under the rock without knowing about all this beautiful stitching that exists in the world? I was shocked. So while watching her Flosstube, I immediately went to websites and designers she mentioned, and well, I bought probably one sort of what she showed. That time I signed up for Modern Fork Embroidery SAL, I signed up for Grand Verlander SAL, and a few others. yeah, so thank you, Shiloh, for increasing my view count from 2 to many more. Yeah, and as you know, the rest is history, because I've googled, I YouTubed Flosstube, and here we go. I'm gonna show you a few whips that I have. Okay, so they're not in any particular order, just the way they live here in a pile. First one is coming from this Christie journal. It's named Gathering Honey. This is from the front page, this pattern, and I have quite a good progress on it. Here it is. Again, forgive hook marks. Here's my stitching. Yeah, quite fun stitching, a lot of color changes, lots of quarter stitches, three-quarter stitches, but yeah, it's coming along nicely. And there is kind of companion piece from this magazine. I think Rose Garden. I bought it second-handed from eBay, so I don't know, maybe I should cover this. Another beautiful piece. I think they will be beautiful together, and I want to stitch the second one on the same fabric, so I have enough to do two of them, and I will frame them separately, but in the same style next to each other. Who knows when, one day in the future. Then next comes, oh, I love this. Oh, those are Blackbird designs. Probably I will first show the most famous one. I see many people stitch them. That's how I found them from other Flosstubers. Strawberry Fields Forever. Yeah, nice, cute little one. And I have it here. Is my progress. This is fabric from Italian needle workshop here. Oh, by the way, I was thinking that in Milan there are two beautiful cross-stitch shop. I'm loving them. So I was thinking, I don't know, guys, if you would be interested to ask owners, because owners are so beautiful there, to film and to have you like an excursion in Milan in this local Italian needle workshops. Let me know if it would be something interesting for you. I would go there and film if they let me. Oh, because every time I travel, as I said last time, every time I travel, I try to find needle workshops and to see what they have, because when you buy online, you can't touch things, you can't see them on your own eye. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. This is that, and the second one that lives in here is Country Life. I've never read the name. Yeah, because there are so many animals here. I just love it. Love it. Of course, because of animals, I have to stitch it. I have a modest start on here. And I'm changing some of the colors from what I have on stash, especially when it's just, for example, this is only used in chicken and another small one. I'm not buying fancy floss. Yeah, substituted that, but most of them are called for. Okay. Next one is, oh, okay, I have few dimension kits. This is okay, maybe use this one. This is Hotel Sorrento. Of course, I'm in Italy. I had to stitch something Italian. Yeah, cute one. I changed the fabric because the one that goes in kit is Aida. I didn't want to stitch on Aida because there are many open places, and I wanted to be a little bit more stylish. I don't know how to say it. So I switch it for, I think it's Vega printed. Looks like vintage country mocha, I would say. Yeah, and here my progress. Little start. Nice, I like it. So another dimensions kit I have is this small cute one. I like thrifting in America, in Italy here. I was thrifting, antiquing, and sometimes I find really cool stuff. I really like it. And this was one of my finds in thrift shops in America. Oh, yeah, here. Wow. And I started that last year on Tartan retreat in Scotland when I went on a cross stitch retreat. It was my special start there, so I can. Yeah, probably after that I didn't stitch on it. Yeah, that's all my stitching. That's what happens with your retreat stitches, you know. You don't go there to stitch, you go there to chat. And we chatted a lot. And we drink a lot of tea. Retreats in Scotland, we had tea all the time. That was cute, I like that. Okay, next one is in other dimension. Oh, that's very popular in Ukraine to stitch this one. Is Christmas toys, like there is instruction how to put them separately and do this cording around and have it on your Christmas tree. I had a little not modest start, but I'm still on the first toy that I decided to stitch, and that it is. Yeah, cute stitching, a little difficult because this is 18 count, I think, and you know dimensions, they often like to have like, oh, I have 5 threads pulling through 18 count, and you're like, how, but it's going slowly. Should be fine, should be finished one day, maybe by my grandchildren. Another project is living in this project bag that I made myself. I'm very proud of it. Yeah, this is a fabric I bought on Needlepoke Expo in Milan last year, I think. Yeah, cute fishes, and those are my quilting attempt. I'm not a very good quilter, I will show you later, but yeah, and you see inside it's this woven. This project is it was free when it was released. It was advent calendar for 2 Christmas ago, I think. Very cute design, I like it. I think now you can get it as entire carton from her website, Mary Witchmas Advent Calendar, and it is by The Lower Witch. Doesn't show here. Okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so I had printed them when they were released. And this is my little modest start. I decided to make it on this green fabric, and my finishing idea for it is very interesting to me. So when I was looking for new hoops, because a couple of years ago I had my old wooden hoop and it wasn't keeping tension the way I wanted, so I've seen that Shiloh from XHMD, she showed that she liked these hoops, and I decided to try them. So I bought the entire set with different sizes, and they didn't work for me. They were pulling my fabric because sometimes when I stitch with Shivan or the delicate fabric, and it was really harsh on my fabric, so it didn't work for me. But I didn't want to go to waste the entire set, so I decided, and I will probably insert a picture if I found, to finish all of these small ones, to group them in hoops and finish it like this. And they will be then in different size hoops grouped or on a wall. So I think one day it will be a cute finish. Okay. Another one is by Galliana Cross Stitch Design bookcase. It's monochrome, but of course you can do it any colors you want. And is yeah, look at me. That's my floss organizer. And I started. I didn't stitch too much. It's going to be quite decent size. Here's my start. I didn't stitch. I started it 3 years ago, and didn't get much done because this fabric, I don't like it. It's from my very old stash, and it looks like Aida, but it's not cotton. I don't know, it's some very unpleasant to touch polyester fabric, and yeah, the progress is slow in it. But I will finish it eventually. Yeah, this design. Then another project bag that I made myself, which I'm very proud of. I finished off by hand as a binding off, and yeah, this was my another attempt of quilting, a little bit better. And here leaves, oh, here's another story. I have stories, guys. So you know, usually when you order online, you order for a bunch of floss for different projects, and the moment you do it, you forget what you ordered, why you ordered, and stuff. And then that arrives. So I did that, and those colors arrived. And I like, that's probably a mistake, because it couldn't be the colors I ordered. So I went back to my order, and sure enough, it was the color I ordered. It wasn't a mistake. And I'm like, what on earth can you cross stitch with these colors? And at the time I was ordering many colors for Blackbird designs, and like it's not the color palette. Like, what could it, why I ordered that? And then I remembered that there is this cute pattern. It was a freebie. I think still is a freebie from Hands On Design. Very cute. I will insert a picture, because I have only chart here. Because I was working in laboratory, and I like all this spooky laboratory vibe, and I wanted to stitch this piece and to be it in like spooky laboratory style, but I didn't see the colors. It's not spooky to me. But it's okay, it's a cute pattern, and I already got a floss, and like, okay, I can finish them. So here I have a piece of pictures this plus 32 count. Murky. I was looking for a name. Yeah, so I have a little start of it. And I think on this fabric, it kind of gives the vibe I was looking for. Okay, just not my color palette, but maybe that's why it's still not finished being so small. Okay, eventually it will get finished. Oh yeah, it will have, I will need to take another hour to put this away. Ooh, then my, you know, when you become an experienced cross stitcher, I'm an experienced cross stitcher, you want some challenge in your life. And I found this challenge in Teresa Welsner pieces. I have, I think, one of her pieces on go, and I have her book, if you've seen that on my background. And yeah, I want more to do. Like her designs very much, and the challenge they bring. So I started from this one, the Castle Sampler, cute one. And yeah, I know many people like ask how to organize floss for Teresa Welsner whips, because it's quite challenging. There is a lot of there is a lot of here is how I organize my floss. I have it numbered. I made this from seed carton board. Yeah, and when I need to do color mix, when you have two floss, it's easy to do because they're the same length and you can stitch with it. I didn't show you my progress. Here it is. It's a not too large piece, like medium size maybe. And here is my progress. I did a little bit of external border and internal border. Yeah, like how it looks. Beautiful. My stitches are quite accurate here. Right. Okay. Then Neil Hill. He's one of my finished already project. Again, Spooky Laboratory. I really like it. And this one, it has a glow in the dark floss, which is this laboratory sign, and I think some of other elements. So in dark it should glow. Quite cute one. Tons of beading, but the result is fun. I want to find a good frame before Halloween and display it. Cute. Another project bag that I made. Yeah, you see my quilting. It's okay, it's okay. I will get better in that. And here is also a Neil Hill kit with a cat. No surprise here. And I have just a small progress on it, like this. Then in this project deck, I think this one I made following Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch tutorial, like her tutorial for project bags. Oh, and here's a Canada piece. Look at that. Canadian sampler. So my brother, he studied in Canada, and of course there were a lot of jokes of me being an American, him being in Canada. Yeah, so I decided I'm gonna stitch this piece for him, and he is not very appreciative of me stitching. You know, he's young man, and he like, oh, stitching is not for me. But I want to stitch this for him, and yeah. I think he will still like it, even though he says he doesn't care, he does care. Okay, and I have little progress on this piece. I started it this year also. Here's my progress. Cute. I like the border. In this project bag, there's my working copy, and here inside is this fabric, very cute one also. This one here. Nice. I like the color combination of this fabric, this, and Flosstube nose. Okay. Next one was a restart, because when I came last year to Italy, I had few projects with me, but I didn't have my like supplies with me. and last year was challenging. So I wanted to start that ruchnik tower that I showed you last time. I urgently wanted to start it because I needed to stitch something Ukrainian, like a salt. And that's why I took, I had a big piece of even weave, white even weave for this project. I probably first show you the project. It's called Always Be Different by a Cross Stitch for Everyone. And I think design says that this white background got stitched, but of course I'm not gonna stitch that many white. So in pattern keeping I already marked it as completed and I don't stitch that. But at that time I had one of the cats stitched. I think the first one, the blue one, I stitched it, and I needed fabric, urgently. So I cut off fabric and I used it for that ruchnik, but I still want to finish the piece, and I think it's a good idea for me to restart it because I choose to make it not on white but off-white, like creamy color fabric, and I think it's going much better on this background. So here it is, here's my restart, and this time I start from the middle, from one of the cats in the middle, and you see you can compare like on creamy fabric and on white fabric. I don't know, to my taste this one looks better, but design calls for the white background, so first time I was using white background. I still want to, because this is already finished one cat, I want to finish it in some kind, I don't know, pillow or maybe project bag. And on this fabric I had a decent cut, so I will finish the row of cats. I think it will be really cute to have this row of cats displayed somewhere. Yeah, here is that. Then a lot of cleaning coming. Then from this magazine, and actually there's 3 magazines for this series. This is called Amish Life. It's a famous series. I've seen many people stitch it, and it's a really cute one. The design is beautiful on itself, but also it reminds me of my times living in Pennsylvania. You know, I lived in Philadelphia for 2 years, and I was traveling to the countryside where the Amish villages, and I went there. Maybe I will send some pictures of me trying to escape from local goose. Yeah, that's a good cute memories, and each time I stitch this piece it reminds me of times there, so beautiful memories, and I like to stitch this one. Here's my progress. It will go like this. And I'm making all 3 because you can make them separately as is shown here. It is 3 pieces, and you can make them of course together if you like, and I see many people do them together like me. Here's my progress. Beautiful stitching. I like colors, I like combinations, and yeah, the fun story from the fabric, you see these small borders. How that happened? So I bought a fat quarter of this fabric, and I wanted it to be like horizontal, entire fat quarter. I designed everything. I planned out everything very precisely. But then the fabric arrived, and this modeling was in this direction. So if I were to do it as I initially planned, my skies would be vertical, you know. So it would be like this, and this top part is not stitched, and you would see a vertical modeling, and I'm like, oh, okay, skies can't be vertical. So I tried to squeeze it to be horizontal, and I think I managed, but I have such little margin, so it's really difficult to stitch on this part because in the hoop it doesn't enter, and yeah, but I will get there. Love this piece. Very peaceful to stitch in it. Except for you need to stitch from a paper copy, and it's quite challenging. I'm already spoiled by technologists, and when you can stitch from pattern keeper, it's much better. Okay. Oh, is this the last one? It is the last one. Oh my god. This is so exciting. It's a full coverage. It's full, huge, big, full coverage. Called Tranquil Garden from Cross Stitch Studio. Beautiful one. And you see stitch count? This is a stitch count. Yeah. I think this piece has the same amount of stitches as everything else I have. Like 50-50 divided between this piece and everything else I stitch. I have no idea when I'm gonna finish it, if ever. But so it will take a moment to open this big, huge fabric. And oh my god, I almost had a heart attack that I oriented it wrong. No, I oriented it correctly. So that's gonna be a big piece, and I have stitched a little bit more than 1%. I think I stitched. Dramatic. Okay, let me try to put it. Okay, you know all the struggle of huge full coverage. Here we go, my start. Tranquil Garden. Yeah. Yeah. Little bit difficult to stitch because I choose a very little count, like 18 or 20 count, and I'm using 2 floss. On confetti heavy piece, it's heavy. I don't want to restart it. I will keep struggling. And it's beautiful. I like the coverage. Okay, that was not that much. That was my all American stitching from American designers. Next, Flosstube, I want to make about my European stitching, and after that I will continue with regular updates, Flosstubes. Also, check out, if you haven't, I've started a new series of videos called Start With Me, like analog of Stitch With Me. So I started that wooden map, wooden Ukraine that I showed you last time. It was a quite exciting experience. And yeah, please look forward for another Start With Me video, which I want to do this weekend to celebrate 4th of July, to celebrate my memories living in America. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with me, to checking out my whips, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Happy stitching!